I think
that Karim Lala.
this is a great point to begin the actual story of Mumbai crime.
Correct. He is the one who was there in Karim. You see the movies, where they portray these guys like Mumbai, Once Upon a Time and all. They
Right.
show these people doing code, that Mujra and various others and all. Benign, they ejected him by using violence, this Dawood Ibrahim, Chota young fellows. They were not very happy with this benign old way of handling
He
things.
preceded Haji Mastan, right? He was before
He's
Haji
the
Mastan.
beginning.
So what was the deal with Pathan immigration into Mumbai? Pashtuns had migrated
They had
into...
come long before.
Okay.
During the British time, they used to be lending money in Tamil Nadu and all. Pathans were known for lending money, and they used to wear that colorful clothes, and they will come. In Tamil, it is called E.T. Karan, no? E.T. means javelin kind of a thing.
Oh.
Then E.T. Karan they used to call. They will come and then collect money. They collected extra usurious kind of rent, interest, and things like that.
I mean, generally, and this is based on my interactions with Pashtun people.
Correct. See, when many came like that, one or two only turned to crime. This guy, others all lived their own normal life. So, given a chance, 10,000, 20,000 people were in Mumbai. Others did their own jobs, whatever. Like Iranis came, started Irani shops. If one of them turned out to be criminal, what can you do about it? He is that one odd man.
So Karim Lala, what kind of crimes was he involved in?
What kind of?
Crimes?
Same protection for prostitution, protection for gambling, protection for smuggling, and all the... See, wherever money flows in a big way, organized crime finds a place there. Whatever it is. Tomorrow, even selling oxygen, if oxygen is not available, they will do black marketing, like gas cylinder nahi available hai. People used to cry, during COVID time. Then that remdesivir was not available.
Sure.
It was sold for 6 times more. So that is a smuggling kind of thing. They bring and sell at a higher price. Wherever there is humongous money, then these guys used to move it. That is organized crime.
इनके बारे में कुछ और बताइए सर, जो लोग नहीं जानते कि करीम लाला कौन है, आप पुलिस पर्सपेक्टिव दीजिए.
Karim Lala is the oldest criminal who had certain different values, the modern type of... see, like Dawood Ibrahim brought guns and various other things. They shot each other, multiple players, like Ahmedabad here, Iqbal Pathan, various others. His own brother-in-law was shot and various others. His own sister was involved in that and various things like that. But these guys avoided bloodshed wherever it was possible. He was trying to bring certain amount of patch up between various youngsters who are into gangsterism, like Dawood Ibrahim, various. His own nephew, Samad Khan, was shot dead in the petrol pump in Baikala. So that is where the gang war started. Then they had to do somebody else for belonging to the other gang. So that is the time in 1984, Dawood Ibrahim went away to Dubai.
Gotcha.
In that kind of cases.
Very important key question. This is based on what I have understood about the whole Mumbai Underworld. It probably existed the way it did because we had only recently gotten independence from the British in 1947. So when a country becomes independent, it takes some time for the governance to stabilize, for the bureaucracy to stabilize. And that leaves loopholes for criminals to come up and take over unorganized sectors. Is this a very rudimentary analysis or is it accurate?
It is very rudimentary because that time also they had all those jamindars and various others who will come on a goda and then whip people, collect all those taxes. The movie you have seen, Lagan and things like that. So the organized crime was there at the time. They used to give those areas to various people. They used to collect that tax, which is very, very, very inhuman way of collecting taxes and things like that. They used to pick up all the women on the horseback and take them and have sex with them and throw them away and things like that. So that was in a different format.
You're talking about British era or?
British era, before independence I'm talking. You said after independence, all these things came up with a format and all. No, earlier also it was there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you think the British consciously left these loopholes to keep the country chaotic?
See, they had their own strategies. They had themselves did a lot of atrocities on our own people because they were very few in number and they had to control a large amount of the army, police, various others. They had various laws where their superiority was accepted, acknowledged, and acted upon. So one Britisher as a regent or with 100 men in any place like Satara or Nagpur would be ruling a place, no? So all others except that one person and the 100 people, regent and others, were all Indians. For example, Jallianwala Bagh, except General Dyer, all others were Indian policemen only who fired multiple thousands of rounds and killed all the Indians. No? But they retaliated and, okay, let us shoot this General Dyer. He was sitting in the horse. So that attitude was not there. So that is where these people did their way of life. They brought the zamindari system and various other systems where these fellows, Indians themselves, can go on the horseback and all those things and do atrocities on the poor people, collect money and pay to the British.
The seeds of India's underworld were laid by the British.
No, you can't say that.
No?
These are all economic opportunities which people see and then take to crime like that.
I mean, but the
we
British...
can't blame everything on these British.
But they could have stopped it, right?
No. That was part of their rule. That is not part of the crime. That part of the rule where ruthlessly they did these things to people to subjugate the Indians so that they, like for example, that 1860 Sipai mutiny or Indian first war of independence. They came and they fought, they were shot, then they killed thousands of, hundreds of British army officers, their wives and things like that. You hear that the first independence war, 1857. Yeah. This cannot be said they were part of organized crime. No. That is part of ruling in a ruthless way.
It might be a little surface level thing to say, but I imagine an alternative history timeline where the Marathas and the Sikhs defeat the British and then prevent the rise of organized crime in India also.
Somehow I am not able to give credit to those rulers for having sown the seeds of organized crime. Organized crime was there, but then they were doing it with the authority of the rulers on the horseback, with the weapons, with the elephants and things like that.
You'd say nature of that century was organized crime? Like, because that's what we were seeing in places.
That is part of the ruling. See, today, this organized crime is not part of the ruling elite. That was part of the ruling elite with ruthlessly a few number of people holding ransom of crores of people. They looted all the money. We at once upon a time were 37% of the GDP in the world. You read a book called Anarchy by William Dalrymple. Then they left us at 1.5% to 2% when they left. So that is a loot. If you call that organized crime by East India Company,